Welcome to the Insomnia Project. Sit back, relax, and listen as we have a calm conversation, season 11. If you want ad-free episodes, Amanda, you could go to theinsomniaproject.supercast.ca and they'll be available for you there. I'm your host, Marco Timpano.
Hey, I'm Amanda Barker, the lady he was talking to.
Yes, I was talking to you. I kind of, what do they call it when you tip your hat?
Throw to?
Throw to? Sure.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Folks, we've been organizing.
And that's never fun.
But it's good, and it's what should happen this time of year. You know, the new year, new beginning, clean out your space. I think a lot of people do that.
Clean out your desk. I always find I collect all these pens and things I don't need, and then it's like, oh, I've got all this stuff on my desk.
We all have too much stuff. And by we all, I mean you and I.
It's true.
It's too much stuff. It's amazing how things accumulate. Really, honestly. And I'm so bad. I so believe, I love watching a minimalist video. I'm right now listening to a book called Tidy Up Your Life. I'm a big fan of all the things that tell me to get rid of things and to organize things and to clean out things and to minimalize and capsule wardrobe. I don't actually do any of it. I just like the thought that I will do it. And I try to do, I listen to all that stuff so that I do more than I would otherwise.
Sure. I have to refrain from collecting things because remember I had a salt and pepper collection at one point?
You still technically do. You downsized it quite a bit.
Well, I just have the oranges that look like salt and pepper.
Is that the only things you have?
Yeah, that's it. Everything
else. He collected salt and pepper shakers. When we got into this marriage, this relationship, before we were married even, he collected salt and pepper shakers. I collected masks, of which I had masks from every country, and some countries multiple masks. If they had a strong tradition of performing masks, then I got all of them.
And one time we put all of them on a wall.
I had before you and I were a thing, way back in the day. I had an apartment where I had a big, long, white wall sort of hallway as you walked into it. And that entire hallway was covered in masks. It was quite a thing.
Yeah.
But you need a big white wall, and you need to want to do that. And I've had neither the want nor the wall. We probably technically have walls where we could do it, but I don't know. Then it's a mask wall, and then you're mask. Then you're the mask house. So, anyways, the point being, we both had collections coming into the partnership. I don't think we had a huge love for each other's collections, and we both minimized our collections.
It's true.
Or packed them away.
I have a tendency to look at tchotchkes in stores and bring them home, and then now I just look at them and I put them down. Amanda will see me. Every once in a while she'll be like, you can get that, and I'll get it. Oh,
don't make it like that.
No, I'll look at you.
The old ball and chain.
No, you're not the old.
You can get it.
No.
I hate.
What I mean is sometimes I'll look at
I hate that concept. Just for the record, I just need to say, because we talked about planning our wedding for whatever reason last episode. One of my main goals in life was to never marry a person that was like, oh, I don't know, I just show up and she does all the work. I always said, if that's the person that I'm marrying, then we're not going to have a wedding, and that would be fine by me.
Okay.
You are not that person.
No, I'm not that person. I have a lot of opinions.
Yeah, which is great, we have dialogue and discourse. And
what's the last tchotchke I bought?
Oh, gosh, what a question. So it serves no purpose other than to be cute?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a very good question. I think why do I keep thinking of a little owl? Did you buy a little owl?
No, but now I want to.
I feel like you bought a little owl.
I should buy a little owl. I don't think we have a little owl in the house.
I think you bought one at one point.
No, I never bought a little owl. I bought a little owl necklace that has amber eyes for my aunt.
Yeah.
On her 80th birthday.
I don't know what the last tchotchke, but here's the other thing. We inherited a lifetime of tchotchkes and dishware and all the other things. So, yeah, we've always had more stuff than we wanted to have, I think. but then clearly we want it on some level, or we wouldn't have it.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, so
Fair enough.
it's always that little tightrope. But I don't know. Do you know the last tchotchke?
I don't. The one that I can think of is we were in California, and I think we bought a like jadeite or like a little jade looking thing for sugar packets.
What?
You know, we were in that place in California.
Jadeite.
I don't. It's the color of jade.
Okay.
It's a little rectangle, and you put sugar packets in it.
Oh, you bought that. I didn't.
I think that's.
I wasn't even part of that purchase or that discussion. Where is that thing? Do we have it?
It's somewhere. Exactly.
Like, are sugar packets in it?
I think so.
In the kitchen?
I'm guessing.
Wait, was that a fruit fly?
No.
People are going to think we're hoarders.
We're not. We're not hoarders. Not yet. Not yet.
I mean, it's a fine line, but it's my life's work to try and dehoardify myself. And yes, I'm making that a verb.
Fair enough.
Dehoardify myself.
You have pretty nails happening right now. Turquoise.
What a
nails.
segue.
Well, listen, I had to get out of the hoarding situation.
Okay, fair enough. I have turquoise nails, and I got a compliment. I'm taking a writing class, a writer's boot camp. In fact, did I say that very Canadian-y?
I hope so.
Boot camp, a writer's boot camp, and one of the lovely attendants private messaged me and said, "I love how your nails match your chair."
How your nails match your chair?
Yeah. Did I say males match your chair? I did.
I think so.
How your nails match your chair, because I have a wing-back chair that has like a cover so they're like Tiffany blue.
Yeah, that's
like
a good way to describe them.
Yeah, that sort of turquoisey, bluey green, and like that aqua. And I do have a wing-back chair that I usually Zoom from, and it's actually a white chair, but it has a cover on it. That's turquoise.
I see.
Got somewhere on a Buy Nothing group, I think. And yeah, they do match that chair. So
I love it.
Why, thank you. Oh, and the same person, we started talking about childhood games. So in this writer's boot camp, we get prompts. And what happens is our teacher, he'll give us a prompt and say, make a list of this. Make a list of what the color green means to you.
Oh,
make
cool.
a list of... So it just kind of gets your creative brain going in different directions. And, you start to realize there's no right answers, and you just let your stream of consciousness start to...
flow.
Inform, yeah.
Sure.
And so one was childhood games. And so it ended up, we had a nice lively discussion after about childhood games that we all remembered. And of course, some of us are different ages, so we have different points of reference for that. But this same woman said, does anyone remember the game Masterpiece?
Oh my goodness.
And I said, not only do I actually don't remember it from childhood, but we play it on the regular. And not only that, my husband had a Masterpiece birthday a few years back. It was a very small celebration because it was the time when we couldn't have a lot of people in one room. So anyhow, and so I sent her a picture of the cake I had made. And
you didn't tell me this.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you.
What
now.
did she say?
She was like, "This is amazing. This is like my dream. This is so incredible." And then she thought I made the cake, so I had to tell her, no. The very talented Arlene Lott, the cake maven, made it.
Follow her on Instagram because her cakes are amazing.
LOTT, Arlene Lott. She's just amazing. I go to her for all my cake and pie needs.
So for our listeners who listen to our podcast often, you know that I'm really into board games. And for any new listeners or people who aren't familiar with Masterpiece, let me explain the game for you.
It's so good.
So it was a game, I think, in the 60s that came out. And they published the game only until the early 80s, and then they stopped making it, if I'm not mistaken. And what it is, it's a board. And on the original game, it has, I believe, Vincent van Gogh's face on it.
Okay.
With a big hat with plumage on it.
Okay.
And you've got all these little cards, I would say about 3 by 5 cards. Not that the size matter. And on the face of these cards are famous works of art. So you've got the Mona Lisa, you've got Cézanne, you have Monet, and you have a bunch of art that would be in the Louvre that you would not necessarily know the artist, or I don't know the artist's name, but it's like, oh, a lady with a thing on her head from the 1700s.
Lady with a pearl earring. Although I don't think that's one of them.
No, but there's a woman who has, that look with the thing. And it was...
Yes, the look with the thing, yeah.
It looks like she's got a mop kind of thing on her head, but it's like, it's Dutch, I'm assuming. It's Dutch kind of look.
The Dutch masters.
No, one of the Dutch masters.
Vermeer.
It's not important, but you've got these images, right? And what you do is you get a card of the same size and you don't look at it and you put them together and they have little clips. So every painting has a price on the back of it, but you don't know how much they're worth. And there's 2 forgeries in the game and you don't know which paintings are forgeries. And then it becomes...
Or how much they're worth. And that, for the record, just if he's not being clear, because I'm not great with game explanations, by the way. It's a real weakness of mine, as Marco knows. That because you're clipping them on every game, the forgeries and the value of each painting changes.
Right. So you could have the Mona Lisa, but it's only worth $100,000, which is the lowest amount.
Or it's a forgery.
Or it's worth $2 million.
By the way, the Louvre going through a lot right now.
It's going through so much, but maybe they should play Masterpiece because that would kind of set things straight. And so you move these little tokens on the board, and every once in a while there's an auction, and so everyone sort of bids on a painting that's up for sale, or you move your token and you can choose to sell your painting to the crowd or to the bank. And so the person with the most value at the end of the game in either cash money or in paintings wins the game. So you could bid $2 million on a painting that's a forgery. So you've got to be careful. In the high-priced world of art collecting, it's quite the fun game.
And you're all characters.
Oh, yes, I forgot.
So that's a fun one. One of them is I was Bitsy. But they're all fun characters, and they're the type of people. Here's how I would describe them: the type of characters that celebrities would play on the Love Boat.
Yes,
like they're all like, how on the Love Boat people would come in and they'd be seeking or Fantasy Island, actually.
Sure,
maybe even more, because Fantasy Island, weren't they all rich? Maybe to afford the fantasy.
You have like an oil tycoon.
Yeah, you have Bitsy something or other, and she's been through many marriages.
You've got the librarian who never married, who has a lot of money,
who inherited. You have the guy that's mysteriously German in the 70s but living in Brazil. I'll just leave that there.
Right. You've got I'm
trying to think of who else. Anyway,
there's the busty woman. Is that Bitsy?
That's Bitsy. I know there's three women, 3 men. I can't remember, but anyway.
Anyway, so that's the game. So we also play the characters, and we act like the characters when we play Masterpiece.
What would your name be? What character would you like to play on either the Love Boat or Fantasy Island?
Okay, so our listeners might know that I'm like reading a lot of Agatha Christie books, right? And I'm reading the 1920s, and what's funny about these books is that there's this archetype of a character that appears often in the books that you used to see on a lot of television shows in the 70s, like The Love Boat, or the 80s, like Fantasy Island. And it was a big game hunter. You don't see that much anymore, right?
Well, because they're shamed.
Yes, and we probably don't need to see them, right?
So, yeah.
But
there's somebody's weird dentist that they're like, oh, I didn't realize that's what he does in his spare time.
Right. So this character,
I think they were celebrated a bit more in the 70s.
It appears a lot in her books, at least the early books, right? So it's always like, we don't see a lot of those characters on TV.
Big game hunter people.
Or remember when you would watch television and there'd always be a nun walking by, or there'd be a lot of nuns.
There were a lot of nuns in the 70s.
And I think to myself...
And the 80s. More in the 80s, I think.
How often do I actually run into a nun on a yearly basis?
That you know of.
That I know of. True, fair enough.
Plain clothes nuns.
But on these shows, they're always in their habit.
Incognito nuns.
I'm not talking about the undercover nuns.
Undercover Nuns.
Undercover Nun would
is a great TV show.
We should write a show called Undercover Nuns.
Undercover Nuns. But what are they undercovering? Are they nuns and in their spare time they're cops?
Oh, that's even better. I love that.
That's a better show.
How about they're cop nuns
Cop nuns.
who are undercover for both. So
Let's
they can
for God
and for
and
justice.
for justice.
I love that. Okay. Folks, stay tuned for Undercover Nuns.
Undercover nuns is a great idea.
Oh, we might have to write this down. Okay.
And we have this episode for trademarking purposes.
Yes. Get ready for the latest podcast called Undercover Nuns.
Oh my gosh. That's such a funny idea.
Oh, I think we'll have to develop this.
Yeah. I think it's a good idea.
I think it's a great idea.
Okay.
Okay,
Anyhow.
so anyways, back to my original question. How many times in a year do you run into a non-undercover nun, a nun in full habit?
A nun who's not afraid to show her nunnery.
Right.
Okay, we did go to Rome
We did see,
for the Jubilee. So
there was a lot of nuns there.
a lot
but
of nuns.
on a non-Jubilee year, let me ask you this. On a non-Jubilee year, how many times do you run into a nun? And this is no offense to nuns or people who are related to nuns.
No, not at all. Just like somebody that you're like, oh, she's a nun.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with at best 2 a year.
I'm going to say 1 a year.
Yeah, 1 or 2 a year.
And I'm Catholic, so I'm more likely to run into a nun than you.
But think about it. Any airport scene from the 80s, any movie in the 80s.
Oh, in the 70s,
chasing scene.
If you were on a plane in the 70s in a movie,
yeah,
you were likely sitting next to a nun.
You were smoking next to a nun.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, it's true. And probably an oil baron was on the plane.
And I was going to say Bitsy Collins, but I think I'm saying that because Bootsy Collins. Maybe Bootsy Collins was on your plane too.
In the 70s, for sure, Bootsy Collins was on
Bootsy and Bitsy.
Oh, now that's
that would be our names.
I love it.
Bitsy.
That's the name of the lead characters on Undercover Nun.
Bootsy and Bitsy?
Nuns, yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
This is great. This writes itself.
I mean, sure.
Oh, my goodness. I think we're a little bit punchy because we had a snow day today, and it was an ice storm day. Yeah.
I have not gone outside, and I've actually had quite a few. So as we established, I was outside, like I was in Florida, and then I was in St. Kitts, and so I've had a lot of summer in my winter so far. But since I've been home, which has been for a week now,
you've had a lot of winter in your winter.
I've had a lot of winter in my winter, and haven't really been outside barely at all. And I think I'm starting to be the worse for it. And I spent a lot of today organizing, and I don't know if we say the T word, but that's what I was doing.
Taxes.
My taxes.
Okay, let me just say this. So I got an electric shovel a couple of years ago.
Explain what that means, because not a lot of people might know what that means. I know we have strong listeners in Los Angeles.
We have listeners in warm places too, not just Los Angeles. But
okay,
all right. So for people who,
Los Angeles is warm, is it not?
Oh, it's very warm.
So
sure.
You made it sound like and in warm places.
No, but we have listeners in India, in Bahrain. We have listeners all over in places that don't require an electric shovel, is what I'm trying to say. So an electric shovel is this great invention, which is, it looks more like a big push broom.
Mm-hmm.
It has the rotation of a snowblower, so it rotates like a gear inside, and that gear crushes snow, and then it blows it in the air, so that you don't have to actually shovel. You just have to push this electric shovel, and it will do the rest. It's kind of part shovel, part snowblower, tinier.
Okay.
And so I have this device, especially when there's a lot of snow. It's great. The only lament I have with this particular thing is it shoots snow 4 feet straight in the air. Right. So I have no way to direct the snow, because if you shovel, you can put it wherever you want. So I've been blowing snow.
You blew snow down my back. I don't know how it managed to get past the hood of my coat.
Because it shot straight up and landed down
like
your
slithered.
neck.
Suddenly all the snow was slithering down my bare back.
Yeah. So that's the only
Even though I had a coat and a sweater on, somehow it did that.
So I was doing the sidewalk, but I was blowing snow straight onto the sidewalk further down.
Oh, no.
And then people came out of their house where I was blowing snow, but I was trying to direct it not on the street, but rather on the pile of snow between the street and the sidewalk.
Our city is having an issue where there's just more and more snow, and it's not melting. And it's high.
And it's high.
So high. It's taking up a lot of parking. That's a real issue in the city. Like there's so much less parking right now.
So what I did, Amanda, was I blew snow straight in the air, and then I shoveled our sidewalk, our neighbor's sidewalk, which I always do, and then her neighbor's sidewalk, because that's where I blew the snow as they were coming
You
out of the
work
house.
for the city now.
I practically did the whole neighborhood, and it was not light snow.
Do we tip you?
I hope it was not light snow. This was not a light snow.
No, it's not a light. Today's snow was a icy situation, like icy, watery, heavy. You know, this is the kind of snow that like breaks tree branches.
Yeah, this was not a fun snow. Sometimes you get a fun snow. This was not a fun snow.
Some people might find it fun because it's good packing snow, I think.
No, it wasn't even good.
Oh, it wasn't? It's so icy.
It was too wet and icy.
Oh, my goodness.
Anyways, if you're in a warm country, be grateful. And if you're in a cold country, spring is around the corner.
Maybe you want to feel a little cold. Maybe you're hot right now and you want to feel the chill. That's why Mel, whatever his name was, wrote
Mel Tormé.
The Christmas song? Did he write the Christmas
Chestnuts
song?
roasting on an open
was
fire.
that Mel Tormé? Yeah.
The man your father bumped into and gently laid onto the ground.
My dad ran around him and Mel Tormé. It's like a Benny Hill farce.
It's like a 70s
moment
in a sitcom.
Mel Tormé, they were both rounding a corner and they bumped square into each other right at the corner. And Mel Tormé fell over and my dad was like over him and was trying to help him and like laid him gently on the ground. And then he looked at him right as he's on top of him, looked at him in his face and said, "You're Mel Tormé, right?" And what did Mel Tormé say?
I believe it happened like this. Your dad was running. Mel Tormé was just walking. Your dad turned the corner, and that was the sound of me bumping my hand on the table. But your dad bumped into Mel Tormé. And because he shot at him so fast with such force, Mel Tormé was falling back. Your father, who's a large man.
I know, he was a young dude when this happened.
But he's a tall man, your father. What is he, 6'3", 6'4"?
No. My dad's not that tall.
Your dad is tall.
I don't think he's as tall as you think he is.
He's tall. He's at least 6'1".
Really?
Yes, I think he's 6'3".
My dad is not 6'3".
Okay, let's say 6'2".
Okay.
So your dad's 6'2".
I don't even think he's 6, but anyway.
Mel Tormé wasn't very tall. Look up how tall Mel Tormé was, because he was probably...
Look up how tall my dad is. My dad is not 6 feet, I don't
He's 6'2", your dad. He's got to be... He's Trevor's height. Your dad is Trevor's height.
No, I think he has a bigger presence than you realize. I don't think he's as tall as you think.
Okay, well, folks...
Anyway, how tall is Mel Tormé?
Next week, we're going to tell you how tall Dan Barker, fan favorite, is. So Dan bumps into Mel Tormé with such force that Mel Tormé is falling back. So your dad scoops him in his arms and gently lays him to the ground. And then he says, "Hi, I'm Dan." And Mel says, "Hi, I'm Mel Tormé." And they shake hands while Mel is on his back on the floor. And that's how that story goes.
I have no information from the internet on how tall Mel Tormé is, because it's not a question people normally ask.
He wasn't a tall man.
Well, my dad was probably taller than Mel Tormé, but I don't think of my dad as a particularly tall man.
Tune in next week when we'll have the answer to how tall was Mel Tormé and how tall is Dan Barker. So that's that story.
Yeah, riveting. What were we talking about? Nuns,
I don't even
Mel
remember.
Tormé. Oh, I was talking about chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost nipping at your nose. He wrote those lines to feel cold in Los Angeles during the summer.
I see.
Right?
Yeah.
That's like, he just thought, if I think of cold things, I'll be feeling like I'm cold. He was trying to psych himself out to feel cold.
I love that.
That's what they did before air conditioning, I guess.
Listen, I'll say this. Yes, it's cold, but it's also the time of year where you get great mandarins and citrus fruit.
Yeah, that's true.
And there are a couple of mandarins in our fridge, which I'm going to eat.
They're so juicy.
They're so great.
Yeah. We have grapes too, don't forget.
Oh, I want some grapes. And I don't love grapes, but those grapes are great.
We had a discussion tonight about the fridge and Marco, because I fear when I'm like, you're home all day and I'm not. And I'm like, remember that these things exist in the fridge.
That's the last tchotchke I bought.
What?
Tupperware.
That's
colorful.
no, Tupperware has a use though.
True.
He bought like 1970s retro Tupperware that's brand new with no like harmful things in it, but Costco was selling Tupperware that looks like your Tupperware that you remember from the 70s Tupperware.
And so I bought it while Amanda was away.
I came home to a lots of Tupperware, which is fine. I'm happy to have it. My thing is, because there's no clear lids, I worry that Marco will just dismiss it in his brain of, I don't know what that is, I'm not going to open it up. Where's the cheese?
I know what's in every Tupperware ever.
That's so not
since
true.
It was made. I'm going to.
That's so not true. That's so not true.
Oh, this was a 70s show, wasn't it? Because even Tupperware was big in the 70s.
It was that 70s show. That'll be the name of the episode.
All right. And then people are going to think we're going to talk about Mila Kunis and stuff, but we're not. We're
and
talking
Ashton Kutcher.
Yeah.
So amazing. They were like little kid actors together, and then they got married eventually.
Well, I guess we're talking about them. Yeah.
I guess
so. There you go. Well, what do you remember from the 70s? Anything?
From that 70s show or
no,
the actual 70s?
From the actual 70s.
Oh, yeah. I remember one of my strongest memories, and yes, I was born in the 70s. Just let that cat out of the bag there.
Sorry.
No, it's all right. I remember being in my den and the light streaming onto the orange carpet of my den. And I remember just thinking Helen Reddy was the best singer that ever lived, and nobody would ever be a better singer than Helen Reddy.
I don't think anyone ever has been, to be honest.
I think I was like 3, but I just remember being like listening to Helen Reddy and being like, I don't know what Helen Reddy album I was jamming to, but she did do the soundtrack to Pete's Dragon, so it was probably Pete's Dragon. But anyway, which, by the way, I feel like Pete's Dragon, like that movie needs to come back. I feel like they need to remake that.
They did.
Oh, did they?
They did make a remake.
I don't know. I wasn't around for that.
With like, I don't know. I forget who played the lady. I want to say Jennifer Aniston type or something.
Jennifer Aniston.
I don't know. Bill Anthony's going to be rolling his eyes.
She'll be our candle on the water. Such a good song. Anyway, I remember. So that's a memory from the 70s. I have a lot of memories from the 70s.
Cool.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What else? I remember Squam Lake in New Hampshire, and having an accident in my bathing suit. What do you remember from the 70s?
I don't remember the 70s. I remember the 80s because that's when I was...
Oh, well, I wasn't asked about the 80s. Yes.
I wasn't born in the 70s, so how can I... Matt is giving me a real...
What is this? What are you spinning?
Okay, what I remember from the 70s, I'll tell you.
Masterpiece,
yeah. I used to play with Marco V. So my best friend in grade school was Marco V because I'm Marco T, and we had the same name, so that's how you became friends in the 70s.
Does he call you Marco T?
He did for the longest time.
Like when he because you always refer to him these days as me and Marco V.
Yeah.
Will he talk about you to his friends and go, me and Marco T?
100%.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
It never occurred to me that the mirror has two faces.
Now, Marco V wouldn't refer to me as Marco T when he's talking to me.
You guys just call each other Marco?
Yeah.
Okay.
But in the 70s, you became friends because you had the same name. But what I remember is that we had shag carpet, right?
Okay.
But the cool thing, people remember shag carpet, and now people have shag carpet. But back then, we had a shag comb broom.
Oh, wow.
It was like a broom, but it didn't have bristles. Instead, it had big spikes in it.
Okay.
And you would use it to fluff up your shag
carpet.
And it was the thing I loved to do the most because you could make it go all in one direction and look cool.
I never heard of this.
Yeah.
That's cool. We didn't have shag, I don't think.
Oh, you missed out.
We had an orange carpet, but it wasn't shag.
Well, listen, whether you had shag, whether you sat next to a nun on a plane, or whether you played Masterpiece, I just want to say thank you for listening to our podcast today. Thank you, Amanda, for showing up tonight. We had nothing planned.
No, we really didn't. We just started talking.
And we just started jamming like Helen Reddy.
Some people have outlines for their podcasts.
It's true.
That's not us.
That's not us. And no matter what, whether you're warm or whether you're cool, we wish you a most lovely sleep. Until next time, we hope this episode you were able to listen and sleep
groovily.